Hi students, this is the second video of Science 2 Chapter 1 Heredity and Evolution. So, can you recall what is the function of the appendix of our digestive system? So, the answer is, as per the sources and studies made on this, the appendix sits in the lower right abdomen. The function of appendix was unknown. The appendix is just useless remnant from our evolutionary part. So appendix is the useless remnant in our evolutionary part. Are our wisdom teeth really useful for chewing the food? So wisdom teeth were necessary for earlier humans to chew and eat. Over time the type of food we eat have changed, so they are no longer necessary. So wisdom teeth basically we are using in the earlier humans are using the wisdom teeth, but the type of food is changed, so we have there is no use of wisdom teeth. Third one is, why did the huge animals like dinosaur become extinct? Extinct means use about the type of animal or plant no longer existing. The dinosaur become extinct due to the volcanic eruption, climate change and the sea level change. Fourth one is, why are many species of animals and birds getting extinct? Habitat destruction, that is the habitat destruction as farming lands expands and forests are cut down is the main cause of extinction. Along with the pollution, climate change is the reasons of animals and birds getting extinct. So next one is evolution. Next topic is evolution. Evolution is the gradual change occurring in living organisms over a long duration. So evolution means is the gradual change occurring in living organism over a long duration. This is the very slow growing process. So evolution is the very slow going process through which development of organisms is achieved. All the stages in changes occurred in various components ranging from stars and planets in space to the biosphere present on the earth should be included in the study of evolution. So the study of the stars and planets in space to biosphere present on the earth, this also included in the study of evolution. Formation of the new species due to change in specific characters. Formation of new species due to change specific characters of several generations of living organisms as a response to natural selection is called as a evolution. So next one is, internet is my friend. Collect the information from the internet about Big Bang theory related with the formation of stars and planets and present in your class. A peek into history. Many philosophers and religious scholars have written their views about formation of life. There seems to be a thorough discussion over the formation of universe in various cultures like Indian, Chinese, Roman, Greek, etc. Various cultures have noted different type of information about planets. So there are various cultures, they have noted the different type of information about the planet. Stars, the Panchamahabhuta, that is living organisms, etc. in the form of poetry, stories and religious scared books. Theory of evolution. According to this theory, first living material, that is protoplasm, has been formed in ocean. So according to this theory, the first living material is protoplasm and has been formed in the ocean. In due to course of time, unicellular organism was formed. Unicellular means only one cell are present. Multicellular means more than one cell are present. Gradually changes occurred in the unicellular organisms from which larger and more complex organisms were formed. All those changes were slow and gradual. So all these changes are very slow and gradual. Duration of all these changes is at most 300 crore years. Changes and development in living organism had been all around and multi-dimensional, and this led to evolution of different types of organism. Hence, this overall process is called as evolution, which is organizational progressive development of plants and animals from the ancestors having different structural and functional organization is called as evolution. Next topic is evidences of evolution. Collective thinking upon all above mentioned theories implies that evolution is the everlasting process of change. So Collecting thinking of all the mentioned theories implies that evolution is the everlasting process of change. However, it needs proof to prove it. However, it is need to proof to prove it. Following are the various proofs available in support of the theories mentioned above. So first evidence is morphological evidences. The meaning of morphological means the form and structure of animals and plants studies as a science. The form of structure of animals and plants studies in a science. Observe the following images and note the similarities between the animal images and the plant images. So, various similarities like structure of mouth, position of the eyes, structure of nostrils and the ear pinnae and thickly distributed hairs on a body are seen in animals. Okay, so there are various similarities like the structure of mouth. The structure of mouth is same. Position of the eyes is same. Structure of nostril is same. The ear pinnae means the external part of the ear. The ear pinnae and thickly distributed hairs on the body are seen in animals, whereas similarity in characters. Okay. Now, whereas similarities like characters like leaf shape, the leaf shape are same, but the trees are different, but the leaf shape are same. Leaf venation and leaf petiole, etc. in the case of plants. This indicates that there are some similarity in those groups, and hence it proves that the origin must be same and must have common ancestors. So it is proved that the origin must be same. The animals are different, the plants are different, but the various similarities in these plants and animals and plant. So it is proved that the origin must be same and must have common ancestors. So this is the morphological evidences. Second one is anatomical evidences. Anatomy means the scientific study of structure of the human and animal bodies. Anatomy means the scientific study of the structure of human or animal bodies. If you carefully observe, first you observe the structure of bones. If you carefully observe the pictures, there doesn't seem any superficial similarity between the human hand, foreleg of ox, flipper of whale and patagium of a bat. Patagium means a fold skin between the forelimbs and hind limbs on each side of a bat. If you carefully observe the pictures, there doesn't seem any superficial similarity between human hand, foreleg of ox, flipper of whale and patagium of bat. Similarly, use of each of those structures is different in respective animals. However, there is similarity in structure of bones. There is a similarity in the structure of bones and bone joints in organ of each of those animals. The bone structure is same and the joints are same. This similarity indicates that those animals may have common ancestor. So this similarity indicates that they have a common ancestor. So these similarities indicate that those animals may have a common ancestor. So this is the structure of bones. Next one is, can you tell which are the different organs in body of organisms? So there are various different organs present in the body of the organism. Skeletal, muscular, nervous, digestive, respiration, circulatory, excretory, reproductive, brain, heart, liver, kidneys and lungs. These all are the different organs in the body. In each of organs useful to organism? Yes, these all the organs are useful to organism. Third evidence of evolution is vestigial organs. Vestigial. The meaning of vestigial means no use. So next one is degenerated or undeveloped useless organs of organisms are called as a vestigial organs. So degenerated or undeveloped useless, it is a useless organs of organism are called as a vestigial organs. In living organism, sudden development of new tissues or organs for living in changing environment is not possible. Instead, existing organs undergo gradual changes. Mostly a specific structure in the body is useful under a certain situation. However, same structure under different situation may become useless or even harmful. Such structure begins to degenerate under such situation as per the principle of natural selection. It takes thousands of years for structure to disappear. Such organs are seen in different phases of disappearance or in different animals. Such organ though non-functional in certain organism, it may be functional in other organism, that is, it is not a vestigial in other organism. So some such organs through non-functional in certain organism, but it may be functional in the other organism. So that is means it is not a vestigial in other organism. For example, appendix, which is useless to human. We already discussed appendix is the useless organ. It is useless to human, but it is useful and fully functional organ in ruminants. Ruminants means any animals that brings back food from its stomach. For example, cow, buffalo. Okay, the appendix is useful for cow and buffalo because they can bring the back food from its stomach. Similarly, muscles of air pinna, the muscles of air pinna, which are useless to human, but are useful in monkeys for movement of air pinna. Various vestigial organs like tailbone, that is coccyx, wisdom teeth and body hairs are present in body of human being. So vestigial organs, that is the useless organs, but it is useful for the other organism. So this is the air muscles, which are not useful for human but useful in monkey. Wisdom teeth, that is the tailbone, coccyx, and the appendix. Appendix is mainly useful for ruminants. Then next one is, so these all are the vestigial organs. Next one is observe and discuss. Observe the following pictures. So these all are the following pictures are some fossils. Fossils means an animal or plant that live in thousands of years ago which has turned into the rock. Fourth one is paleontological evidences. Paleontology means a study of very old dead animals or plants in fossils. Paleontology means a study of very old dead animals or plants in fossils. A question may arise in your mind that which organisms existed millions of years ago. How can we tell this? How can we tell this the which organism existed millions of years ago? Now this secret has been hidden in the earth. Large number of organisms get buried due to the disasters like flood, earthquake, volcano, etc. So there are large number of organisms get buried due to the disaster like flood, earthquake, volcano, etc. Remnants means a piece of something that is left after the rest has gone. Remnants and impressions of such organisms remain preserved underground. These are called as fossils. Study of fossils is an important aspect of study of evolution. So study of fossil is an important aspect of study of evolution. Carbon consumption of animals and plants stops after death, and since then only the decaying process of carbon-14 occurs continuously. So carbon consumption of animals and plants stops after death, and since then only the decaying process of carbon-14 occurs continuously. In case of dead bodies of plants and animals, instead of remaining constant, the ratio between carbon-14 and carbon-12 changes continuously as carbon-12 is non-radioactive carbon. The time passed since the death of a plant or animal can be calculated by measuring the radioactivity of carbon-14 and the ratio of carbon-14 to carbon-12 present in their body. So this is called as a carbon dating method, and it is used in paleontology and anthropology for determining the age of human fossils and manuscripts. So this carbon dating method is very useful for the paleontology and anthropology for determining the age of human fossil or the animal fossil or the plant fossils. Once the age of fossil been determined by such technique, it becomes easy to deduce the information about the erstwhile organism, it seems that vertebrates have been slowly originated from the invertebrates. So vertebrates have been slowly originated from the invertebrates. So this is the structure of the ground level and fossil, invertebrates to vertebrates. Introduction to scientists. Carbon dating method is based upon the radioactive decay of naturally occurring C14, and it is developed by Willard Libby. So carbon dating method is developed by, the scientist name is Willard Libby. He has been awarded with Nobel Prize 1960 for this invention. The age of the material determined by this method are published in the journal Radiocarbon. Next one is connecting links. Observe the following pictures and discuss the character observed. Duckbill platypus. Duckbill platypus is an amphibious egg-laying mammal found in Australia. Lungfish. Lungfish is an elongated freshwater fish with one or two sacs which function as lungs, enabling to breathe air. Peripatus. Peripatus means a tropical terrestrial invertebrate with a soft worm-like body and stumpy legs. So, some plants and animals show some morphological characters by which they can be related to two different groups. Hence, they are called as a connecting links. So, some plants and animals show the characteristics of two different groups. So, these are called as a connecting links. Example, in Peripatus, characters like segmented body, thin cuticle and the parapodia-like organs are present. Similarly, these animals show tracheal respiration and open circulatory system similar to Arthropoda. Arthropoda means a large phylum or invertebrate animals that include insects, spiders and their relatives. This indicates that Peripatus is connecting link between the Annelida and Arthropoda. The Peripatus is the connecting link between the Annelida and Arthropoda. Annelida means a large phylum that contains the segmented worms which include earthworms, lungworms, and Arthropoda means a phylum of invertebrate animals that include insects, spiders and their relatives. Similarly, duckbill platypus lay eggs like reptiles but show relationship with mammals. Due to presence of mammary glands and hairs, lungfish perform the respiration with lungs irrespective of being fish. So all the other fishes, they can breathe through the gills, but the lungfish perform respiration with lungs irrespective of being fish. These examples indicates that mammals are evolved from reptiles and amphibians from fishes. Observe and discuss. Carefully observe the stages of embryonic development of some animals shown in figure 1.10. So these all are the fish embryo stages of the fish: salamander, tortoise, chicken, pig, cow, rabbit and man. So embryo means a baby, an animal or a plant in early stages of development before the birth. So comparative study of embryonic development stages of various vertebrates given in the picture show that all embryos show extreme similarities during initial stages. So these all embryos shows the similarities during the initial stages, and those similarities decrease gradually. Similarities in initial stages indicate the common origin of all these animals, and similarities in initial stages indicate that the common origin of all the animals.